Previously on Kid Force. After discovering a strange code at the server farm, Kid Force investigated Creative Blender, an app designed by Barry Blend to steal creativity from kids all around the world. At Creative Blender HQ, Kid Force discovered a mysterious device which controls the evil app. While Barry Blend was delivering a speech about Creative Blender before its release, Kid Force snuck backstage to hack the Blender, but failed to stop it in time, allowing the Creative Blender app to be released in the wild.
It's working. It's working exactly as I planned. I can feel the creative juices flowing through me. But what to do now? Creative. Something creative. I'll write a book. No. Who has time for that anyway? Books are so old-fashioned these days. Music. I'll record my very own. Wait a minute. There aren't any musical instruments in this evil headquarters. Yes. Why didn't I think of it before? A podcast. I'll record a podcast. I'm going to tell the entire world my whole life story. These things are all the rage these days. I always knew radio would make a comeback. And what better way to express myself than with raw, unfiltered audio? Hello, I'm... No. Hello, this is Barry Blend, and this is a story of rags to riches, of pain to gain, of zero to hero. This is the story of me.
I was born a baby, and a mighty cute one, if I do say so myself. My mother was a Broadway actress, one of the best in the land. Variety once said she was just like Julie Andrews, only sassier. And my father, well, he was a writer, and a very serious one at that. I never once saw that man crack a smile. And then there was me. All I ever wanted was to be creative, just like them. But I never was, no matter how hard I tried. Art was my first obsession. It didn't go so well. Next, I tried my hand at writing, just like my dear old Pops. I asked him to read it when I finished. He had a lot to say about it. What is it? Can't you see I'm recording my masterpiece?
What is it? Listen, whatever it is, it can wait. Just wait. Wait. Okay, where was I? Ah, yes, the teenage years.
As I grew older, I once again tried to replicate that creative energy that came so naturally to my parents. I thought perhaps the theater was my calling. But alas, I never got a single callback. I thought stand-up comedy was a sure bet. Any fool can make people laugh, right? Wrong. Magic was my last chance. Admittedly, it was the bottom of the creative barrel. But I was only tricking myself. No matter what I tried, I failed. Nobody is good at everything, but I didn't seem to be good at anything. I could never live up to my parents' creative success. So, I forged a new path.
And this is the part where the story gets really good. You see, no one appreciated me for my art or talent. And so I vowed to lock myself into a room until I created something so spectacular no one could ignore it, not even the harshest of critics.
That's when I started building the blender. I worked on it for months, years, who knows? I taught myself block coding so I could write all of the programming from scratch. I survived on nothing but Velveeta and V8 tomato juice for weeks on end. The workload of my master plan became too much for one man to handle. So I created the blockheads to help bring my vision to life. Loyal robots, to be sure, but not the brightest bolts in the bucket. At last, the final piece of the puzzle was completed. Creative Blender. Now I could harvest the power of the most creative creatures on the planet, kids, and use that creativity as my own.
Is this what creative genius feels like? Anyway.
Now, a new obstacle has emerged. A silly troop of troublemakers calling themselves the Kid Force. How absurd. Once I rid myself of them, nothing will stand in my way.
This episode has been brought to you by Creative Blender. Want to compete against your friends in a variety of creative competitions? Try Creative Blender. You definitely won't get your creativity stolen forever. Be sure to tune in this Saturday for a very special episode, the Creative Blender Championship Bonanza, where the top 3 contestants of the week will play live for a 500 Bitcoin prize. Thanks for listening. iTunes, here I come. And posted. Now, I wonder what that blockhead was on about.
Top 3 contestants. Kite, I think I have a way to get us into Creative Blender.